Shanks is here, Mary is here, and the most anticipated legendary Lieutenant Fullbody is here. Legendary for being annoying, that is. Anyway, we have first looks at Loguetown, the execution platform, Garps' role in the story, possible Season 2 information, as well as more confirmation on when we can expect this thing to finally be released on Netflix. Now, I thought it was gonna be a bit longer before I made another one of these update videos, but we are just getting so much new information left and right about the One Piece live action. And everybody in the comments was telling me to make an update on Shanks, make an update on Shanks. So here I am, ready to give you the full scoop. The entire cast is really starting to come together, and we recently got one of the biggest cast reveals to date. And that, my friends, is Shanks. He will be played by none other than Peter Gadiot. Again, I apologize to all of the actors if I'm pronouncing your names incorrectly. But he looks to be a super talented actor that some of you might actually already know for his role in the new hit series on Showtime, Yellow Jackets. For those who haven't watched Yellow Jackets yet, please, you need to get on that shit right now. It is incredible.
Okay, as much as I would love to believe you finally want to get to know me, why don't you tell me what this is really about? Are you trying to catch me lying about things? Because I swear it was just a stupid prank thing.
It's a crazy thing to lie about.
I know, I'm sorry. But the rest of it, Shauna, us, it's real.
I think you can already tell by that clip that this guy is going to be perfect for Shanks, and I cannot wait to see him all suited up for the role. I'm especially looking forward to seeing that iconic scene of Shanks saving Luffy from the sea monster and him using the Supreme King's Haki in real life. Like, how are they gonna present the power of the Supreme King in the show? I have a feeling it's gonna be an extremely hype moment for the series. Honestly, I don't know if this is gonna happen, but I really hope we get some leak footage of some of the actors, like, in action, you know, doing their thing in their roles. I think it would be cool to get a small glimpse of, you know, how they carry themselves with their respective characters. And just like the other main cast members, we got a message from Peter right after he was announced to play Shanks.
Hey guys, I'm Peter Gadiot. I'm super stoked to announce that I'll be playing Shanks on One Piece. We've just started production here in Cape Town, and I cannot wait for you to see it.
So it looks like he's already in Cape Town filming with the rest of the cast. It makes me wonder if they've casted the rest of Shanks' crew, since some of his crew do play a crucial role in the East Blue Saga. Examples being Yasa, Ben Beckman, and Lucky Roo. I think we will be getting reveals on secondary characters like these very soon, but when they finally announce who is playing Roger, the internet's gonna break. Speaking of the rest of the cast, we also got 2 new cast member announcements, with Gene Henry as Fullbody, Sanji's punching dummy, and Len Barry Simmons as Chu from the Arlong Pirates. Gene Henry is a musician, model, and actor from South Africa. I really struggled to find a solid portfolio, so there's not really anything to go off of, but let's go ahead and put our hopes out there that he's gonna pull off the most smug Lieutenant Marine possible. Now, Len Barry Simmons seems like a super fun guy. His Instagram is full of really energetic photos, and he looks like he's gonna be perfect to play Chu. I mean, Chu is a super silly character, and you really need that, especially for his fight with one of the silliest Straw Hats, Usopp. I'm expecting a lot of comedy from that battle, and I really hope he can pull it off. Len Barry Simmons has been in a couple smaller film projects, but nothing major, so his role in One Piece is a very big deal for him, as well as Gene Henry. A good performance in this series will probably make their careers as actors, seeing as how big the project is. And it's super cool to see the team behind the casting bring in these new actors that are the best fits for their respective roles, rather than just recruiting known actors for fan service. Honestly, before reporting on the One Piece live action, I had never heard of some of these actors before. But after doing research for these videos and learning about the cast, I'm really excited to see how all of them perform. On some more great news, we have a closer look at the ships being built for the series, and I love the fact that they are actually building the ships because they look great. We have this image here of Garp's marine vessel, which seems to be getting closer to completion. We also finally got a finished shot of the Merry Go, which looks absolutely incredible. The amount of detail on the ship is insane, and it's gonna look even better with the sails down, giving us that iconic look we know from the anime and manga. The mouth being open is definitely an interesting change, but it makes Mary feel like she's smiling bigger, which could have been done as a playoff of Mary in her name. Both ships look great, and it's really cool to see these ships come together over time. Shanks' huge ship, Garps' ship, Luffy's ship, Alvida's, the Baratie, and even the random ones we can't figure out yet. This really is a huge project with so many many real props involved, which I know will make the final product feel all the more authentic for it. The set pieces for Loguetown look incredible, and we were lucky enough because of these leaks to catch a glimpse of the execution platform where we will all see Gold D. Roger executed, and where we will also see Luffy almost get his head chopped off by a lunatic dressed like a clown. We also get some closer looks at the agriculture of the city, with it having that classic yellow rustic tinted atmosphere best captured in the anime. In those images, we can also see two different signs, one of them reading Execution, Gold D. Roger, Pirate King, or I guess in this case it says Gold Roger, but I'm sure that will be cleared later on in the series. And another saying Marine Hero Garp defeats Pirate King Gold Roger, which is already saying so much in terms of those words alone. Him being called Garp the Hero or Hero Garp is his classic epithet referring to the incident that happened on God's Valley. The sign saying he defeated the Pirate King is really interesting because it's not something that we've seen in the actual story. In the manga, it's insinuated that the Pirate King turned himself in. As far as I can remember, we haven't gotten any information about his arrest. So this could just be a change in direction or something that adds to the political nuance of the story, since this is of course most likely propaganda being used by the world government. I'm also curious to know what WENP stands for. If you have any ideas, please let me know in the comment section below what you think these letters could mean. We get a look at some barrels too, which are actually pretty important in the beginning of the story if you think about it, because Luffy's introduction is literally him popping out of a barrel on Alvida's ship. For our final prop reveal of this update, we have a great first look at what could be the official straw hat for the One Piece live action. Now I just need to see it on Anaki's head. We have gotten some great concept art of what the live action Luffy could look like, but nothing will beat that first official poster once we finally get it. And maybe we'll get some more leaked video or pictures of the cast in costume, but only time will tell. As production continues and we are introduced to more actors, we start to see more interactions between the main cast and the newly introduced members. It's cool to see them bonding and doing things together, and I really hope to see even more going forward. It's been a while since we've seen anything crazy with the main cast, but we did get a very interesting reveal from Anaki that his favorite juice is orange juice, which is funny seeing how Shanks gave Luffy orange juice to prove to Luffy that he's still a kid at the very beginning of the series. Something that was really cool to see is an actual confirmed estimate of when we can expect the release of the One Piece live action, which, like I suspected in one of my previous videos, is late 2023. An insider who has been working on the One Piece live action for years gave us a lot of insight into the preparation they did before production began. She states that shooting will probably continue until the end of summer around August. Interestingly, she mentions how much extra time the crew behind the project had to really prepare for the shooting of the series, and how even now they are still putting an extensive amount of work into elements like props for the show. She states pretty directly that the show will be released in late 2023, which honestly I think is the perfect amount of time for them to get everything situated, that way it looks amazing when it finally comes out. If they do pull this off, it's very likely that we will see more seasons be adapted. Something to look forward to if they continue with a season 2 is the possible casting for Jamie Lee Curtis as Kureha. This is Chopper's mother figure in the series introduced during Drum Island. She seems very enthusiastic about playing the role and already knows a bit about the series. Even Matt Owens himself recognized this, which really gives her a good chance at getting that role if we do end up with a season 2 of One Piece, which I would assume would cover the entire Alabasta saga. I love following the progression of this series so much, and there is still so much information to be revealed. We have gotten a lot over the past few months, and I know it's hard to keep up with. That's why I've documented all of it. If you want to know more, I would recommend checking out my growing playlist on the One Piece live action. You can watch all of those videos by clicking right here.